Hi everybody. Today we're going to keep working on annotation and have an assignment for you guys to do. So go to Canvas, and you should already be there actually. In Canvas, this assignment, Unit 6 Reading 1 Annotation, that's where you found this video. Okay, so two things that you need to do. If you don't have the pink paper I gave you yesterday, the annotation guide, you can open this up. You're going to need this today. All right, and then you also need to download this file, Unit 6 Reading 1. This is the reading that we're going to do today. There we go. All right, so I want to have both of these kind of side by side. So your task for today is to annotate this article as you read it. And this is the first reading in this unit from our book. So at the bottom, you're going to write a summary of the article, but we'll get to that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of walk you through the first couple paragraphs of annotating and show you what I would do, and then I'll leave you to do it on your own, okay, for the rest of the article. So let's just review quickly the different types of annotations that you can do. So we have making connections between yourself and the text, making connections between the title and the rest of the article, making a prediction, asking questions, main idea, etc. Okay, so keep this in front of you so that you're always thinking about the different types of annotations you can do. And remember that annotation is that conversation between you and the author. So it shows that you're engaged and you're having a conversation with the reading as you do it. Okay, so the idea is that you're comprehending it better because of that conversation. So let's get started. You're going to be using Microsoft Word for this, and you're going to be using the comment function. So to do a comment, to make a comment, click on Insert, and then click on Comment. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the title, and I'm going to make a prediction about what this article is going to be about based on the title. So highlight the title, click Comment. Okay, it gives me a little box here to write in. So I'm going to say prediction. This article will give a positive perspective on robots. And the reason that I think that is because this word rescue has really positive connotations. It's a good thing. Okay? And I'm guessing based on the pictures that I see, here you've got a robot doing something with a fire. Not so sure about that one yet. But look here, this robot is carrying somebody. My prediction is that it will give examples because of these pictures that I see. Okay, so moving on, let's start reading. When you picture a robot, you may think of the ones in movies or cartoons. Okay, well, let me think about this. I think I can think of some robots that I've seen in cartoons and movies. For example, Iron Man, seen that one. Wall-E, that's a cute Disney movie with a robot in it. What else? Oh, Inspector Gadget, that's an old one. Maybe you've seen it. Okay, some good examples there. However, most real robots don't serve coffee or blow up spaceships. Instead, many of today's robots are helping to keep people out of harm's way. Okay, this phrase, out of harm's way, I'm going to write a little more explanation. Basically, this means safe, right? Out of harm's way means safe because they're not being harmed. They do skilled work in dangerous situations, which in the past had to be done by humans. In the future, these responsibilities will increasingly rest on the shoulders of robots. Okay, gotcha. So I think I'm pretty good there. You've got 3 annotations there for a small paragraph. That's a great number. All right, so let's move on to this first paragraph. A railroad car carrying poisonous chemicals goes off the tracks in a remote location in the woods. A few minutes later, it explodes into a fire so hot the firefighters cannot get near it. A cloud of toxic gas rises above the fire. Toxic, huh? Okay. Maybe, I'm not so sure about this word. Okay, and I feel like I need to understand the meaning of this word before I can move on. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my handy dandy Learner's Dictionary. can see I was looking up another word before. This is learnersdictionary.com. This is a great dictionary for you to use. Okay, and my word is toxic. Okay, let's get a definition here. Containing poisonous substances. Poisonous. Okay, so it's a synonym for poisonous. Gotcha. So let's go back to my article here. And I'm going to say poisonous. Okay, and then I can also see here that poisonous was used a little bit earlier in the same paragraph. So we're just using synonyms here. Okay, moving on. Writes about the fire making it difficult to breathe. The firefighters come within 300 feet, 90 meters of the fire, and then send in the robot. The robot rolls in close to the fire, oblivious to the extreme heat and toxic gas, and shoots water from 2 hoses. The firefighters watch from a vantage point behind the trees. Within 40 minutes, the fire is out. Everyone is safe, but it was a close call. Okay, so now I'm going to try to think if I have any personal experience, any kind of connection I can make with the text. And this has never happened to me, right? I've never been near a train that has gone off the tracks, that has poisonous things on it, but I have heard of a couple of stories related to that, and I know it's happened a couple of times in the US. So I'm just going to make an observation here. There have been several explosions in the past few years of trains in the US, similar to this situation. But I don't know if they used robots to help or not. Okay, so I don't have a really clear personal experience to add to that, but it does make me think about some of the news stories that I've heard about it before. Okay, so let's see. What else can I do with this? Let's go back to our annotations handout here. Let's see. Okay, did the connection between myself and the text, title, prediction, questions. So I have any questions? Let's see. Well, I do want to make one comment on this photo because in the paragraph it says that the firefighters watch from a vantage point behind the trees. But here in this photo, it doesn't seem like it's exactly the same as what's being described in the paragraph because the firefighters are right there. So I'm going to say this photo must be a test because the firefighters are close to the fire. Okay, and then, of course, that makes sense that they would actually test the robots, right, before they send them into these dangerous situations. So I'm going to make an inference here. Robots are probably tested before going into dangerous situations. Okay, cool. All right, opinion, organization. Okay, so I just did this one to explain how a picture or graph connects to the text. Okay, and now what I want to do before I move on is this one, to write the main idea of a paragraph or section. Okay, so I'm going to select this whole thing and click comment. All right, and my main idea, let's see. I'm going to kind of try to connect it back to the title. So robots can be helpful to humans. Let's make sure I note my main idea. Robots can be helpful to humans by putting out dangerous fires. Okay, and I can kind of see back the prediction I made in the title. It will give examples. This is true, right? We do have an example of how robots can be helpful to humans. Okay, so that is what you need to be doing today. Feel free to do something similar to what I showed you here, or you can make your own observations and annotations. But this number is pretty good. If you could get this many for just 2 paragraphs, I would be really impressed. So try your best to do as many as you can, but I'm more concerned with the quality rather than the quantity or the number of how you do. Okay, so when I'm done, after I read everything and I annotate this entire article, down here, I'm going to write a summary of the article. 3 sentences, okay, main idea and 2 key supporting details. Remember not to copy straight from the article, okay? So write your summary here, and then when you're done with your summary, File, Save As, okay, and you can save it in your M drive. I'm going to save it in my OneDrive, okay? And right here, make sure you save it as a PDF. That will ensure that the comments that you put, I can actually see it when I open it up, okay? So save it as a PDF, save. Okay, it's not going to let me do it because I'm actually editing right now. Make sure you close it first. Okay, so save it as a PDF. And then go back to Canvas. All right, and there should be a blue button up here for you to submit it. Sound good? All right, don't forget that the rubric is down here about how I'm going to grade you, about the quality, the variety. Make sure you're doing different types of annotations. Make sure you're doing enough. Okay, and then your summary is worth 10 points. All right, have fun and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.